Welcome to our first Fireside chat. Pull up a chair. I wanted to share with you 20 books that I just got at Savers. It's a thrift store. And for about 35 bucks, I got 20 books. And I wanted to show you the books and kind of give you a little quickie explanation of why I got them, because I think it's really important to have a constant curating of things that we're interested in, things that keep us creative and help us grow in all the different hats that we wear. First I got is Maya Angelou, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. And to be honest, I got this for a patient at the hospital that I know really likes Maya, and I just think that would be nice to give. For $1.20, here you go. It'll make that person's week for sure. I got the Anthony Kiedis book, lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Of course, I'm a musician is one of my main roles, my main hats. And I like to learn about people's backgrounds. And I always liked his style and his vibe and his energy. So a book about samurai and leadership. Pretty cool. And it has some cool drawings and stuff. I'm always interested in leadership stuff. I got B.B. King Blues, all sheet music about the blues. The Disney Moana songbook for piano, and it's written in a basic way, so for kids. So I could use this with my teen groups for sure. People still request Moana for sure. And I got this Igor Stravinsky score, Petrushka, the puppets. And I like to read a score every once in a while of classical music. That's actually one thing I'm reclaiming, and that's kind of an important point too, is that sometimes I feel like jazz and drumming and classical music have kind of gotten away from me. You reach a point being a trained musician, like I went to school for music, where you're just constantly being compared with other people that are better, and after a while it takes its toll and you sort of just lose your interest and your passion in a way. So I'm reclaiming some of those really important things in my life, and one of them is classical music. So I've never read this, but I know of Robert Cialdini, and I know he's important for influence and psychology, positive psychology. I don't know what this is, but it looked pretty cool. Idea flow. The only business metric that matters is ideas. So of course, that resonates with me. And I really felt today being at the thrift store, looking at all the books, I had a little time. It just felt that, a lot of these books were I was literally getting them for this kind of chat, this fireside chat, where we just kind of cover things and explore things in kind of a chill way. That's why I have the new lava lamp, and I've got the AI helped me a little bit with the background and the mood and the philosophy of this. But I like it. It seems to work. We've got Practically Radical, which is how to transform your company. Always like entrepreneurial stuff, of course. Let's see. We've got a book. I don't know. There was a couple at the end where I just grabbed anything. I love Willy Wonka, of course. And so this is sort of like a takeoff from that. That's the only reason I really got it. Elon Musk. I love reading about entrepreneurs. Even though he's pretty wacky, he's certainly a genius. So worth reading about for sure. Primal Branding. I love books about branding. Best Lesbian Erotica. That'll get the blood flowing for a bunch of different roles. Stories of Healing from a Psychiatrist on the Road. I love hearing about psychotherapy And I think that applies for music therapy and life coaching as well. Evil Families. I do have that Joker role where I like true crime, I like rooting for the villain, so that one. Financial. I've always seen this book. I know Jen Sincero, she had that original You're a Badass book that was really good, but I never got the money one, so hopefully there's some different stuff in there. Thunderstruck by Eric Larson. I don't know, I just sort of, this is one I just kind of liked the cover, and I started flipping through it, and it just sounded kind of like it was well written. So that's kind of taking a chance. Taylor Swift Complete Discography. This also could be for work, and it gives a lot of facts, and that'll be helpful. You know, I could make a game, a Musicopoly game. This was a cool one, The Art of Game Design. Now, although I'm horrible really with computers and, you know, like coding or anything like that, in fact, those are the two F's I got in the history of my schooling. They were both in computers. But this gives a lot of tips. I found a part about brainstorming that looked really good and writing down ideas, so I'm sure I'll get some ideas from my Willy Wonka creativity role. This one I didn't get at the thrift store. I actually got at the bookstore while I was on vacation. Ethan Hawke. You know, I heard him talk a couple times about the meaning of art and like the value of art, and I was really impressed. So this is basically a fictional little story that he wrote for his kids as a knight who didn't think he was going to be returning from battle. So this book is all the life lessons that, you know, if he doesn't come back, then the kids will have this to refer to when they need help. So I thought that was really an excellent idea. So those were my books from the thrift store. Tell me about what you're working on. Tell me in the comments if you're reading something, something that you're interested in, things that are on your mind. I'd love to hear it. Till next time, see you then.